I have to stop it then and there, and I have to put forth a question. Because sometimes I might assume that okay, this is obvious, everybody would know it, but that is where I can go wrong, because it is not same for everybody. Somebody may know about it, but it would not have been a very convincing thought to them. So why are we using this, or why are we saying like this? So this is what we'll have to practice, and to never ever think that your question might sound very obvious, maybe redundant, maybe it might look like it's not required, or other people might not take it very seriously. Never think like that. Each question, it's always a personal question, but the answer to it is always public, and it affects everybody. So it clicks to everybody's understanding, because when you ask one question, there are 27 other participants who are joined in. That one question in the minds of those 27 participants generates 27 different answers. Yes, because everybody looks at that question from their own perspective, from their own set of learning. And then when we sit down and discuss that answer, and that answer is the one of those 27 answers, then everybody starts checking their answer with the answer given. And whenever there is a red alarm, the other person says, no, but I did not get this. I do not understand. So, it is correcting everybody's collective understanding. That one question and one answer. So it is nothing like, your questions are public, your answers are public, because we are here to get down to the core of it. And while we're doing it in a very structured way, then it will not be like, where to start with. We're starting with the given mantra, which is the very definition of Jainism, the Namokar mantra. So we are starting from the very, very, very basic level. But even that basic level requires a set of clarity of the names that we are using, the understanding of those names, and how it builds. Correct? So I think we are good to go. If anybody has to say anything before we start the formal session, you can say now. Yes, Ritesh, yes, please.
Sorry. Just a very simple question. I understand your background is financial services and you've taken this spiritual path. So it's a very simple question. What has inspired you personally to go down this route?
So that's what I started with. I'm being very selfish when I'm taking these sessions, because yeah, though I have a background in finances, I have done my MBA from strategy and finance, and I also work with Deloitte, Haskins and Sales in Mumbai. But it's there I realized that okay, I enjoy teaching more. So I always loved sharing thoughts, reading, contemplating, sharing what I have read. So it's nothing that, something has inspired me or something that has led me to find my way of spirituality. It's just that while I was in college, while I was in my work, everywhere I found what I learned in my school days in Manglayatan so useful. And when I was doing the last trimester of my MBA, and I was taught about, why uh, in the executive jobs you'll have to have the power of tackling the pressure. You'll have to be emotionally more intelligent, and they took us to a session where they taught us Gita, and they said, okay, this is how you remain calm. And then I questioned myself if this is what the most intelligent people are learning, so I already have an edge. So because I have done it while I was in school, and it doesn't make sense. I always had better answers to the answers which we were taught, because I what is written in Gita and what is written in most of the spiritual texts which are famous, where they end, the spirituality of Jainism begins from that end. It's just a pity that it is not, marketed so well, so nobody has heard even about the Jain spirituality. We all know about Jain hardships, Jain tapa, Jain penances. All these things are very well marketed, but the core spirituality of Jainism and how it even outshines the great works like Gita. It was a very for me it was like, you see, if this is what everybody's doing and this is what everybody's ultimately going to come down to, then why not to work more on this part. So
Thank you.
that has been the thing. Thank you. Thank you. Fine. So let's start with the Namokar mantra discussion which we had last time, and it was a simple thing. It is not a prayer. It is not a devotional mantra. It is about the affirmations. And in the last session, in the end, there was one question about the secret, the law of attraction, which, like, if you desire of something and you really mean that you need it, the whole universe starts a conspiracy. It conspires you to have those very things that you have longed for, right? And that's where the mantra and the whole science of mantra comes. But before that, let's have some, discussion on mantras, you guys. So I would, anybody knows a mantra which works? So one is Ramukar mantra. Other than Ramukar mantra, any famous mantra that you can recall that you have you memorize, One is Ramukar mantra. Yes. Yes, Paras
Yeah,
bhai.
yeah. Namokar mantra, Logas, Namotunam, Bhaktamar Stotra. Again, I don't have it all memorized, but yeah, some of these, you would recite these mantras.
Oh, okay. No, I'm asking, can you tell me one mantra which everybody knows, which everybody, each of us know that one mantra. It's not a Mukar mantra. One mantra,
Chattari
regardless of the
Mangalam.
age groups, regardless. Mm, Chattari Mangalam part. Okay, okay. Think more, think more. One mantra. It is not a religious mantra. One mantra that everybody knows. The most common mantra of this world.
Om.
Om.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Tasvit Varenyam.
It
This is very
it
common.
is a religious mantra, that's what I'm saying. But everybody knows, a person from India, a person who speaks English, a person from a different corner of this planet,
I want to
everybody
be
knows that
happy.
one mantra.
We
May
want to be
God
happy.
bless you.
Okay, okay,
Is it just
yeah,
Om? Om?
okay. No, no, it's the mantra which is mostly used in magic movies and in Bollywood movies and Hollywood
Abracadabra.
movies when you yes,
Abracadabra.
abracadabra. Obviously, have you guys heard about abracadabra? Right? It is the most famous month. You just have to do like this abracadabra, giri giri chu. If you know, like Indian version is like the extension of it, but simple is abracadabra, right? And it's anybody who has not heard about this mantra, everybody, right? I hope everybody. Abracadabra, most famous word, and every magician would use it. Yeah. But do you know what does it mean? Can you quickly find out if you can use Google or ChatGPT, whatever you like? Abracadabra. It's the most famous mantra universally, and the translation of it is such.
It says it is a
Anybody?
language used to give the impression of arcane knowledge or power.
It also means
Yeah. What does?
I create as I speak.
Yes. Yes. So this simple mantra, it just simply says that, okay, what does a magician do? What does a magician do? Magician says that, okay, I'm going to make this thing fly, and then he flies. That's what a magician does. He creates as he speaks. Simple. So, like, what I am saying, I will do. What I am saying, I'll make it happen. Right, everybody? Yes. And there is a whole TED talk about this mantra. You can go back and listen to it about abracadabra. Okay. And why I love this mantra so much, does it say that, you become what you speak? The translation again, you become what you speak. It's the same thing. You said that you create as you speak, or we can say you become what you speak of. Yes, and I don't still get it. What does it mean? So then I come back to the karma theory of Jainism. And what it says is the same thing. So we speak. Does the soul speak? No, the soul does not speak. The vocal cords speak. We have voices, we have our sounds, and we have words. So we technically say that, okay, body speaks. Yes, everybody, the soul does not. What does soul do? Soul has different types of bhavas. Yes, so we have thoughts. So the soul uses the language of thoughts. How are you feeling? How are you not feeling well? Why are you not feeling well? Are you angry? Are you feeling okay, calm? These are all thoughts. Yes. And what the mantra is now is you become how your thoughts become or make you. So our thoughts are the only magical things which are happening. We translate to our own thoughts. And therefore, there are two words in Jain philosophy which are beautiful words. The first word is called bhav. What do we call it? Bhav. Bhav means the thought. And the other word is called bhav. Have you heard this uh, Ayushmati bhav? You have heard the Ashirwad that, that are generally given. Bhav.
Yes.
ये हो जाओ, हो जाना. सो भाव, उस भाव के कार्य को कहते हैं भव. द वर्क ऑफ भाव. सो भाव मेक्स भव. The type of parinam you do is what you become. We are nothing but the products of our thoughts. And therefore, because what we say we become, we are choosing our thoughts very wisely. And therefore, reminding yourself that you are supreme. You are a Parmeshti. You are a Arihanta. You are a Siddha. You are a Acharya. You are a Upadhyay. You are a Sadhu. Reminding yourself this itself becomes the biggest form of mantra. Because mantra science is saying that you will become what you think of, or what you speak of, or what you affirm for. Yes? And so, if you can become what you think of, then why are you being contented with things of substandard when you can become anything? Become the best. So these are the five Parmeshthis, the five greatest beings. And by using Namokar mantra, we are saying that we know what we think of more, what thought gets repeated, that gets translated into our personality. Correct? So if I affirm more about being Arihanta, being Siddha, being Acharya, being Upadhyaya, being Sadhu, then my chances of being that, they automatically increase. It's a process of affirmation. Yes, everybody, our words and our thoughts carry power. You just imagine one morning you wake up and the first thing you have uh, is an alteration. Maybe you just woke up, you were feeling very good, but the first person you met, they were not in good mood today, so they complained about it, that okay, why can't you wake up early on time, why are you always so late? So your morning starts with a complaint. Your morning starts on a bit high pitched voice where you were yelled at. Does it upset you or not? It upsets us, right? And the first thing is that it's okay. I just woke up. I just woke up. We just started. So in psychology, it is said that the most important power a thing has is our words. Our words carry power in them. With words, you can make somebody happy. With words, you can ruin somebody's life. Therefore, the words, they carry power. So therefore, the combination of words, if used for our own benefit, then that combination of words is called mantra. So mantra is not something, a sophisticated science. It is just a good feeling which now gets translated into words. If repeated over time with good affirmations, then that worded phrase becomes mantra and it actually works. This is the simple science. Yes, Viniji.
Um, just a question, please. Bhav is thought. Bhav is thought. Bhav makes Bhav. Can you just explain Bhav again, please? Yeah.
So, bhav is the thought. So I am having a shubh bhav, means good thought, that I want to help somebody. So that's a positive thought. It is called shubh bhav, positive thought. So when I said I want to help somebody, that was a positive thought. How it will get translated into? It will get translated into this, that I must get help because I am offering help. The mantra will work like that I will be helped. It's not that I could help somebody or I could not, because it's not easy to find somebody that you can help. It's not always. You always want to help somebody, but you'll not get every time the opportunity to help somebody. Yeah, it's rare. So when you are having that thought of helping somebody, you think that you are extending help to that person, but this thought in itself is working like a magical charm, and it is in place. It is sending help to you as well. So when we do good, the good comes back to us. When I curse somebody, the curse comes back to me. So this is why this term abracadabra, what I speak becomes. So if I say that, okay, may hell break upon you. So now my words have power, but the power is restricted to me. So while I'm wishing bad for them, the bad is invited towards myself. So that's how it is being said. Choose your words wisely. We should never waste our words on anything or anybody, because what we say, we become. This is very, therefore we are always after our three yogas, man, vachan, and kaya. What you think of, what you speak of, and what you do. All these three actions, whatever you do to others, is done unto yourself. So if you speak bad to others, it is actually spoken bad to yourself. When you think bad of others, it is actually you have thought bad of yourself. And if you provide any harm to others, it is you have put in danger, you put yourself in danger. So the universe is working on this magical principle, that the soul uses the language of bhav, and the work of bhav is to create bhav. Bhav means the state. So the emotion creates the state of being. So if you have a question that why am I like this, it is because of why you thought like that, why you had emotions the way you had emotions. Yes, everybody, making sense? Yes. It's everywhere. आपने सुना होगा कई बार शुभ शुभ बोलो. A few people say that, okay, जीवा पर सरस्वती विराजमान होती हैं. So if you say something, it translates. फिर किसी को हम बोलते हैं इसकी जबान काली है, black tongue. आपने सुना है? Somebody is called panoti. Okay, he is here, something bad is going to happen. Yes. What are all these things happening? It is just simple notion. Our thoughts get translated into reality. Yeah, this pencil did not become pencil on day one. First, somebody has the thought about pencil, and then he thought about it more. And then he made some sketches, some drawing. He tried with some substances, some elements. And then finally, this was made. Correct? So something comes to reality. Before coming to reality, it happens a lot many times here in our thoughts. So means what? Our thoughts make the reality. Yeah. It's not your house which will come first. It will come into the mind of the architect that you have pursued. Then that architect will think, okay, what new I can do? They have these things in mind. They want this much of area. Then he'll put it on a software and then he'll show you that how it will look. Maybe first on 2D paper. Otherwise, he'll make a 3D model and he'll show you in his laptop. Yeah. So it all came to the mind first, then to the machine, and then to the reality. So we have clear connection of our thoughts and our reality. What enters here subsequently becomes reality. So I thought bad of you. I thought that was the thought. And tomorrow we had a fight. Why did we have a fight? Because I thought. Understood? So, how it is all translating? Everything is happening first on the grounds of the soul, on the fabric of the soul. How I think about you, how I feel about you, how I feel about this place, this country, this experience. Do I enjoy jungles more or I enjoy mountains more? Do I like sweets more or I like spicy food? Everything happens on the fabric of soul. And then I choose the restaurant which I'm going to end up in. I choose the destination, the holidays where I'm going to spend. Yes. So the simple thing is whatever is there unfolding itself in front of me has a great deal to do with my thoughts. And that is the basic karma philosophy of Jainism. But how structured it is, we'll be tackling that later. But we are first learning about mantra. So similarly, when you're saying the law of attraction, or you can attract the positive energy and you can get everything done according to your wish. Those people who say this, they do not understand that wishing, desiring, begging, wanting, aspiring, all these verbs, they all are considered negative verbs. You will always ask something when you will be feeling yourself empty, that I need this. So there is a void and you want to fill it. So while you're demanding something, you're acknowledging that you're devoid of it. And when you're feeling yourself devoid of it, that is the conversation going inside you that I do not have this, I'm incomplete, I'm not complete. That conversation, and what conversation you have your within, that becomes your reality. So because you've assumed that you're incomplete without it, you have not said without it as many times as you have said it, I'm incomplete. So that is the conversation that is going within you. Correct? So the more you say it, the more it keeps happening. So when you get that thing, you have gotten that thing which you desired for, but the conversation has not changed. I'm incomplete. What more do I need? I had this. What more do I need? Correct? So, therefore, what Jain Acharyas are saying, that let's close this case for one and all. Let's say that we are only going to aspire for the best, nothing less. A state, if you reach that state, you want nothing more. That state is state of siddhas. That state is state of arihantas. And there is no further asking beyond becoming siddha. And therefore, we are saying that we are going down. We're choosing the greatest state of beings. And therefore, this becomes the supreme most mantra. Okay? So therefore, we are saying, Eso Panchanamo Yaro, Sabva Pava Pranasrano, Manglayanam Cha Sarvesim, Paramam Hohi Mangalam. This Panch Namaskar mantra destroys all sins and is the first benediction of all the benedictions. This mantra destroys delusion, attachment, and aversion and leads to right knowledge. The Arhantas, the Siddhas, the Acharyas, the Upadhyayas, and the Sadhus are called the five Parmeshtis. That is the five supremely adored beings. The person who knows these five Parmeshtis and treads the path shown by them, definitely attains real happiness. Right? So, in the first foundation of Jainism starts with learning these five names. What are those five names? Arihantas, Siddhas, Acharyas, Upadhyayas, and Sadhus. Simple. Who are Arihantas? Arihantas are the omniscient beings, the one who knows everything. So there's Arihanta, the one whom we find in our temples, the idol of Arihantas. Okay? Who are Siddhas? Siddhas are the very Arihantas who are now free from their bodies also. So they've attained the final destination, the moksha. So the mukta jivas, the free souls are called Acharyas, Upadhyay, and Sadhus. The threes are only one. They are Jain monks. So Jain monk has three different duties that they can participate in. The first is being monk itself. So if you're a monk, it is called sadhu. Okay, sadhu. But when you're a monk and you're also teacher to monks, so it is called upadhyaya. So you're a monk with added responsibility. So, he becomes a teacher to fellow monks. So sadhus, and then one of the sadhus will become upadhyaya. So he's a sadhu as well as upadhyaya. So upadhyaya is a designation of a teacher, right? And then there is a monk who is a sadhu, who is a monk, but is also very good administrator. So now he is also interested with leading these group of sadhus. So among sadhu, he becomes their acharyas, their leader. So he's an administrator. So it's a social structure. So if there is a group of a few humans, so you need one monitor and you need one guide. So that guide is Upadhyaya, and the monitor, the principal, the administrator, the lead is Acharya. So all these three are one. They all are sadhus. They are sadhus. Among sadhus, just to have this structure more, what should we say, consistent and more disciplined, we have made one Acharya who is the leader. Everybody follows his orders, and one is the teacher who is actually teaching all the other sadhus to be in this path of liberation. So sadhus are called gurus. They are the teachers for us, and within sadhus we have sadhu who are the shramanas, the muniraj, then upadhyayas, the teachers of muniraj, and the acharyas, the leaders of muniraj. Correct. These three means one. They are sadhus. If we call them one thing, it's sadhu, muniraj, maharaj, right? They are walking on the path to become arihantas and siddhas. And arihantas and siddhas have reached where they wanted to reach. So arihantas and siddhas become deva. They become the devtas means the bhagwans. And acharyas, upadhyay and sadhus, they become guru. Okay? Yes, Faris bhai.
Yes. So one question, Gandhar, they are
Yes.
the acharyas as well, Gandhar group.
Gandharas are acharyas only. They are acharyas. So, but they are acharyas of acharyas.
But
Okay.
then one Tirthankar will have multiple Gandhar. So all Gandhars will be acharyas. So there will be multiple acharyas, not one acharya.
See, so there is a size, just like we have a size of classroom, like we have 30 students or 50 students. Similarly, depending on the capability of it. So if he can manage about 100 sadhus, so for 100 sadhus, there will be one acharya. Okay. And then the Acharya himself can say, okay, the other 100 can be this and he can be made Acharya. Because not all sadhus will be in the same locality. So one is in central India, other can be in Bihar, the other can be in Uttar Pradesh, right? So one Muniraj's Sangh is in Girnar, the other Muniraj Sangh is in Sammeshikar, the other Muniraj Sangh is in Pavapur. So Sangh has one Acharya. And collectively, when all Sanghs meet, then we have multiple Acharyas, multiple Upadhyayas. Gandhar is the supreme of the Acharyas. Like, so they are, because they are directly, they have become the translators of Arihantas. So, but Gandhars are also called Acharyas. So, Gautam Gandhar is Acharya. Okay. So, the designation is amongst these three Gandharas will be the Acharyas. Okay. Yeah. So, we'll do this distinction. Arihantas and Siddhas are called Deva. They are called what? Deva. And Acharyas, Upadhyayas, and Sadhus, they are called Gurus. They are the teachers. We'll call them what? Guru. Okay. So 2 out of 5 Parmeshthis, 2 are Deva, 3 are Gurus. Okay. If I ask you out of these 5 in our temples, we adore whom? We do the puja of who? So the idol which we have in our temples is Arihantas. But we use 8 dravyas in our pujan, right? You remember the pujan ka dravya thali? We have Jal, Chandan, Akshat, Pushp. Yes, everybody? We have eight dravya thalis while we do pujan. So these 5 are the beings who can be, who of whom we can adore with 8 dravyas. Nobody else. You cannot have a picture of your grandparents and you can do puja of them with 8 dravyas. So only these 5 Parmeshtis. It's Sadhu Parmeshti, Upadhyaya Parmeshti, Acharya Parmeshti, and Arihant and Siddha Bhagwan. Only they can have you can do puja of only these with 8 dravyas. Okay, nobody else gets qualified. It's again one more thing. Jinvani also we do it with 8 dravyas because Jinvani is nothing but the voice of Arihantas. So it is doing the puja of Jinvani equals to doing the puja of Arihanta because now we are adoring Arihanta's voice, Arihanta's wisdom. Yes? So these are the distinctions. So Arihantas and Siddhas are Dev, Acharyas, Upadhyayas, and Sadhus are Gurus. Yes? So I can say a few sentences. I will say all Acharyas are Sadhus, but all Sadhus are not Acharyas. True? All Upadhyayas are Sadhus, but all Sadhus are not Upadhyayas. Yes? Correct? Okay? All Siddhas are Arihant and all Arihantas are not Siddha. Can I say that? I cannot. I will say all Siddhas were Arihant. Were, not are. It is not together. You can be Sadhu and Acharya at the same time, but you cannot be Arihanta and Siddha at the same time. So all Siddhas were Arihantas, that is sure, because this is how the path goes. Okay? So all Arihantas will become Siddha. Okay? So all Siddhas were once upon a time Arihantas. All Arihantas are Siddhas? No. All Arihantas will become Siddha. So there is no exception in both ways. Nobody who became Arihanta will cease from being a Siddha. He has to be Siddha. If you are Arihanta, you will become Siddha. There is no other way. If you are Siddha, for sure, you were Arihanta. You destroyed 4 Ghatya karms. You can be Arihanta who stayed just for a very little time in the Arihanta Dasha, like Bharat Chakravarti. He was not Arihanta for a longer time. He attained this Siddha Dasha because his age was just about the same time he attained Godhood. So, but this is the path. So again, one more thing. If I am not Acharya, can I become Arihanta or not? So it does
Yes.
not go like this. The path does not go like this, that you have to be first sadhu, then you have to be Upadhyaya, then you have to be Acharya, then you will become Arihant and then Siddha. No. You have to be sadhu. Then if you are sadhu, that's added advantage that okay, you are a good administrator, let's make you Acharya. You're a good teacher, let's make you Upadhyaya. That is added responsibility. It's not compulsory responsibility. You cannot become aspirational to be, oh, what do you want to be? I want to be Acharya. Acharya is a very trendy job. I want to be Upadhyaya. This is my dream. You cannot have such half-lived dreams. The dream is only one. You want to be Siddha. So there is only one goal. You want to be Siddha. To be Siddha, the bare minimum is you have to be a sadhu, and sadhu then becomes Arihanta, and then Arihanta will become Siddha. Okay, everyone? So Upadhyayas and Acharyas, they are not the positions that every Atmarthi will take. It depends on whether you have that capability to lead a Sangh or to teach your fellow sadhus. Right? Correct? So you know what we're discussing while we're doing Namokar mantra? We are actually discussing our path to moksha. Our aim is that I want to be Siddha. The aim is that I want to be a Siddha. That is my aim. To be a Siddha, first I'll be an ardent student of Jainism. I will become a good Shravak. And then I get myself prepared and I take Diksha. I become Sadhu Parmeshti. Okay, I become a Sadhu Parmeshti. That is the level one. I do tap, I become Arihanta. Okay, that's the level two. You have to be Arihanta. And when you are Arihanta, you'll become definitely Siddha. Okay, so there is no coming back after becoming Arihanta. So while I'm doing the Namokar mantra, it is actually I am aspiring my blueprint of my path to salvation. Yeah, I'm saying Namo Arihantadam. Why? Because Arihantas are the teachers and they are the evidences that, okay, this petty being can also become Bhagwan because Arihanta just look like me. They have two hands, two legs, two eyes. They're just humans, but with Keval Gyan. So Arihantas showed me the way. They gave me the confidence that, okay, if I can do it, you can also do it. That's what Arihantas are saying. So I bowed down to Arihantas because they were the supreme gurus. Okay. But then Arhantas told me to be Siddha. So second role is of Siddha. So I'm going down to Siddhas because that is what Arhantas told me is the state to attain, state to be. So I did that Siddha. And then out of respect, I first bowed down to the Guru of my Gurus. So Acharyas are the teachers of my gurus, upadhyayas are the teachers, and then models. I want to be like sadhus. I want to walk onto the path of liberation. So in this Namokar mantra, actually I'm dictating, I'm telling or I'm remembering the whole path that I have to take. So Namokar mantra is not a simple prayer. It is actually reminding yourself of the journey to become Siddha, the journey that takes you to the Siddha Shila. Yes, everyone? Yes, so we have multiple people who have questions. Yes, Mihir, please.
Yes, so I have two questions here. One is, I think you had mentioned this, but I don't have it anywhere written. So if you could just repeat that, why don't we go Namo Siddhanam and then Namo Arihantanam?
Yeah.
And the second question is, what is the journey from Arihant to Siddha? I mean, so these are the two questions.
Very
Yes,
good, very good.
we all want to reach to Siddha and what you've been mentioning, but what is that journey?
Yes, great, great. So the second question is what we'll be doing in detail when we start with our course syllabus of Vitrak Vigyan 1. That is the first chapter, where we'll be learning about the definitions of five Parmeshtis in detail. That
Okay,
we'll
fair.
do. We'll do in a session of two. Don't worry about it. The first question is a brilliant one. When I have to be the Siddha, why is it that I am remembering the Arihantas at first? It is out of courtesy, out of respect. What we are doing is, Siddhas do not have body, they do not speak, they do not tell us where they live. So if Siddhas are not here, I cannot see them, I cannot interact with them, there is no way I can get to know about them. And if I cannot get to know about them, forget about aspiring to be like them. If I don't know them that they exist, how would even want that I want to be like them? Correct? So you would only aspire of those things that you know about. Correct? So then Arihant Siddhas cannot speak for themselves. They cannot advertise themselves. Nobody has seen them. They have gone to the top of the world. They are the souls which are actually freed from body. All my senses can perceive is body. I cannot see a soul. Soul is invisible. Correct? Siddhas are pure soul. Nobody can see them. So then I need somebody who would tell me in whom I can put my trust on. So Arihantas are the beings with body who before leaving the body utilized their body to tell us the way to be without body. So Arihantas, why Arihantas specifically? Because they're omniscients. They are Keval Jnani. They know everything. Know everything means everything of past, present, and future. Is that even possible? We'll take that possibility later in our classes. But first thing is, we are going by definitions. Arihanta is a state of human being who attains omniscience, means who knows everything. And because he is omniscient, he becomes trustworthy because his words now will be free from all the confusion, all the contradictions. Correct? So we need a person to trust. That person should have clarity of knowledge. Only a person who knows everything will have his words worthy of being trusted. So because Arihanta is being called Sarvagya, he knows everything. We're saying, okay, we believe you. And then Arihantas told us that this body which you see in your mirror and you smile at it because it looks so handsome, so beautiful, you're not this body. You're a soul which is caged inside this body. This is not house. This is jail. You have to break free from this. So this is what Arihantas told us. So from Arihantas, we got to know about the possibility of being Siddha, being free, being a pure soul. And therefore, they are the teachers. So we are going down to them first because it is because of them we know what we want to be. So the Jainism will always practice gratitude first. You have to be humble. So it is the first lesson in Jainism who even teaches you one word about yourself becomes your teacher and you have to respect them. This is what Namokar Mantra's first learning is. Arihantas do not want to be Arihantas. If you want to be Arihanta, you will never be Arihanta. The, the aim is always to be Siddha. Nobody wants to be a monk. Nobody wants to be Upadhyaya, not Acharya, not Arihanta. It is not our aim. Aim is that I want to be a free, pure soul. That is the aim. But is that even possibility? Can somebody be a free, pure soul? Arihantas told us yes, there can be because he's Sarvagya. We took his word seriously. And therefore, because of Arihanta, if you remove Arihanta, all that we are talking is just, rubbish. Then there is no. If we are talking based on our understanding, our knowledge, then who am I? With my very narrowed understanding, what what trustworthiness do I have that my words carry any meaning which we should adhere to? So I'm not speaking. I am repeating what Arihantas have said. Therefore, in Jain tradition, we we respect Jinvani a lot. We call it that this is not the voice of Anubhav. This is not the voice of the great scholars. This is the voice of Sarvagyas, which is retold in this language. So Arihantas are being put down not because they are our idols. They are not. Our idols are Siddhas. Arhantas have told us that we have to be Siddhas, and therefore, out of respect, the first lessons in gratitude, we are paying homage to Arhantas first. Yes? Okay.
Hello, Anubaji.
Yes.
So, one
Yes.
question. Why is it felt necessary to mention the Upadhyayas and the Acharyas separately? though they're included in the siddhas, in the sadhus.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. See, so sadhus are more like students, and nobody takes students seriously. Correct. So, you will see in Jaina tradition, the Gandharas hold great values, right? The Gautam Gandhar, he was the Gandhar of Mahavir Bhagwan. So, Gandhars are synonymous with Acharyas. So, we are saying among sadhus, who becomes one person who is the spokesperson for everybody, who speaks for sadhus. So, acharyas become the leaders who will speak for sadhus. The sadhus will not speak to you. They'll always say that ask her acharya. So, acharya become a position of authority. So, therefore, acharyas, they are the leaders. So they have to be remembered. It is because of them. Who makes me sadhu if I want to be a sadhu? It's not that I can go anywhere and I can just let go of my clothes and I'll become sadhu. No, I'll have to find acharya. Acharyas give monkhood. So therefore, they become the administrator of Moksha literally. So it is why they are remembered after Siddhas. And Acharyas and Sadhus, in between these two people is Upadhyayas. That see, I got ready to be a monk. It is not because of Acharya. It is not because of Arhantas and Siddhas. It is because of a sadhu who was teaching me. I learned it. I got inspired. I got Vairagya. So it's one Upadhyaya who kept this lessons of Jainism alive, who ignited the Vairagya in me, the wisdom in me, and who motivated me to let go of this samsara and become a Jain monk. So Upadhyaya becomes the teacher who is, because Arhantas have long gone. 2600 years ago, Mahavir Bhagwan was here. Correct. Today I'm learning it. I'm learning it from the text of the monks, right? So the upadhyayas, the teachers, they are also to be remembered. And then sadhus are what we want to be. We want to become. They are the real inspirations. That okay, I am just saying that I want to be. I want to go to moksha. I'm just saying it. They have left everything behind and they're walking onto that path. It's not just a plain talk, they are walking what they're talking about, right? So, therefore, sadhus become the living examples of how the moksha marg looks like. So, therefore, acharyas and upadhyayas are also important to be remembered even before sadhus. Yes. So all the five parmeshtis are very important and they in themselves exhibit the whole blueprint of this great path, what Jaina tradition believes in. Yes. Any other questions? Simple, right? Sure. So in the book, it is in the it's in the second chapter, which we are having the four Mangals. Okay, after learning about these five Parmeshtis, something magical happens. This is the second basic. The first is Namokar mantra and the prayer of Namokar mantra. Eso panchanamo yaro sabba pavak padasa. Mangladam cha sabve sim. Padmam hui mantra mangalam. This is what we did, right? A person who knows about five Parmeshtis, what happens? He attains real happiness. This is what happens. So, what should we do? The next chapter comes. It is called the Four Pangals. And why I am jumping to this chapter is because it is very closely knit with Namokar Mantra. Now, we are not going down to five Parmeshtis. We are now converting this whole thing into four. Now, the five are getting converted into four. In Namokar Mantra, we brought down to five people. We call them five Parmeshtis. Yes, everyone? Yes. We went to five people, correct? And we said that, okay, Arihanta, Siddhas, Acharyas, and Upadhyayas are our heroes. We want to go down to them, correct? But now what we're doing is we are dividing these five heroes into four. We are actually clubbing. We're doing the clubbing. So what you asked just, Praful ji, आपने जो अभी just आपने पूछा, why are we remembering Acharyas and Upadhyayas when all are sadhus? So now it comes in these four Mangals. Now we are merging Acharyas and Upadhyayas into one sadhu. Right? So now there are four people. First is Chattari Mangalam means there are four people who are Mangal. What is Mangal? We'll see. But first, four. Now the numbers have changed. There were five Parmeshthis. Out of these five, there are four Mangals. Acha, so who is left out? Nobody. Arihanta Mangalam, Arihant Bhagwan is Mangal. Siddha Mangalam, Siddha Bhagwan is Mangal. Sahu Mangalam means Sadhu Parmeshthis are Mangal. Sadhu now will include Acharyas and Upadhyayas. Now we have merged the three into one. Just what you asked just now. Yes? And the fourth one is all these three means all these five Arhantas, Siddhas, Acharyas, Upadhyayas, and Sadhus. Sadhu in itself included Upadhyayas and Acharyas. Now we are adding one more. Kevali Pannatto Dhammo Mangalam. The Dharma taught to us by the Arihantas, by the Kevalis, by the Kevalgyani, by the omniscient beings, by the Sarvagyas. That Dharma is Mangalam. That is. So we have one white card entry. What is the entry? I'll say it again. Okay. This simple prayer of Namokar mantra, this prayer was about our own journey. Just let me ask this, if you guys are getting it right, let me have this simple quiz. Okay, I'm asking, it is an open question. In Namokar mantra, five different souls are being bowed down to, or one single soul is being bowed down to? Two options. In Namokar mantra, when I go down to Aryantas, when I go down to Siddhas, when I go down to Acharyas, Upadhyayas, and Sadhus, I am going down to five different people, or I am going down to one person.
Five different.
Sorry?
Five
Yes,
different
please,
people.
please. Five different people, okay?
Yeah.
Anybody who has a difference of opinion?
Or actually four different, because Siddhas are already a 10, so he is not a human being, so maybe.
Okay, four. Anybody has a different answer? I'll put this question again. I'll put this question again. I'm saying when I'm going down to five Parmeshthis, I'm going down to Arihanta, Siddha, Acharya, Upadhyaya, and Sadhu. These five are different beings which I am going down to, or am I going down to the one being? How many people do I go down to? Five or one?
Many,
One.
Anant.
In terms of Bhag,
Anant.
one being.
It's five categories of Anant.
Anant is gone. I understood. Anant, Abhi, you have only two options. Arihanta, Siddhas, Acharyas, Upadhyayas, and Sadhus. Five people do I go down to? Or is it one person that I go down to?
One.
Five.
So
Five.
if we have superficial understanding, if we have very basic understanding, a pre-primary level understanding, we would say five. But spirituality will say no, these are not five. This is one soul in five different states. The very soul who was sadhu later on became arihanta. The very soul who was arihanta later on became siddha. So I am not talking about five different souls. I am talking about one soul in its own journey towards self upliftment, self purification. When you make it about five different people, you make yourself out of this race. You're choosing five people and you're going down to them. But when you make it about one person in his journey, you somehow make yourself contender of this race. That if one person can be five things, I want to be that one person. Understanding? See, we have water. And it has three states. One, that it is in ice form, solid. One, that it is in form of water, liquid. And one, when I have put it on heat and now it is evaporating. So it's in the form of a gas. Three states, one water. Yeah. So when I'm talking about ice, water, and water vapor, am I talking about the very one substance or I'm talking about three different substances? I'm talking about three forms of one
One
substance.
substance. Yes.
Three forms. These five forms are of one soul. So we are talking about one soul and its journey of upliftment. When I'll be talking about this one soul and journey of degradation, I will be talking about four gatis. I will say one soul, at once it is a human. In other instance, it is an animal. Sometimes it is in Devgati, other times it's a hellish being, Naraki. Again, I'm talking about one soul which is capable of taking these four forms of life. Correct? This is about self degradation when you are in set state. But here we are doing prayer. We're not going to talk about the downfall. We're talking about upliftment. So while we do Namokar mantra, it's the prayer of, it's right that you have said Ananta Jivas. But I'm not concerned about Ananta Jivas. You tell me, even one person could do it. One person could, who started his journey as sadhu, ended it as siddha. If that is the road which can be taken, I'm up for taking that road. Understood? One soul taking five forms gradually is being remembered in this mantra. Understood? Yes, everybody. It's about one. That's how it become affirmation. Otherwise, it will only remain prayer. अरिहंतों को नमस्कार, सिद्धों को भी नमस्कार, आचार्यों को अलग से नमस्कार, उपाध्याय को I'll go down separately, and sadhus I will go down separately. If you are doing this separation and you're idealizing them differently, we are tricked. फिर दिक्कत हो गई. फिर this is not a prayer taken well. I'm saying Siddhas, who Siddhas? The very Siddhas which were sadhus. That very Arihantas which were Upadhyayas. It is same soul, same person. Understood? Yes, everybody. So now you see how this is now getting converted into four. So what we'll do, Arihantas will remain Arihantas. They will become one. Okay? Siddhas will remain Siddhas. They will become two. These three will become sadhu. They will become the third group. Okay? These three inspire me a lot. Because by looking at a sadhu, I cannot say whether he is Acharya or Upadhyaya or sadhu because all sadhus look alike. Yeah. So what I devote myself to is a sadhu. So it regardless of saying Acharya or Upadhyaya or sadhu, sadhus. It's all sadhus. Fine. So I have three people that I'm going down to. The fourth thing becomes which unifies all these three. Who tells me that Arihantas, Siddhas, Acharyas, Upadhyayas, and Sadhus are all one? Who tells me? It is the very dharma told by Arihantas. Arihantas are omniscients, Sarvagya. So the dharma, as told by Arihantas, that becomes the fourth uh, fourth home to my devotion, that whom do I devote myself to? The Dharma, which tells me that all these five beings are one and you can be one of them. It's that Kevali Pannatto Dhammo Mangalam. That Dharma which tells me that I can be these supremely beings. That Dharma becomes the fourth benefactor, the fourth Mangal. Yes, everybody. Understood? Four. Now we are converting five into four. So five में से we have not removed anybody. We have just included acharyas and upadhyayas into sadhus because all acharyas, upadhyayas and sadhus are sadhus. So we are saying, okay, in sadhus, I go down to everybody, acharyas, upadhyayas and sadhus. Gandharas, acharyas, upadhyayas and sadhus, everybody. But then these three are beings. But who tells me that, okay, the sadhu himself is going to be the siddha? Who is going to tell me that? It is the very dharma of Arihant Bhagwan. One more thing. Why we need this fourth wild card entry? Why this is so important? Do you have Arihantas roaming on this earth right now? No. Do you have Siddhas roaming into this earth right now? No. Do you have Acharyas, Upadhyay and Sadhus available to you all the time? You're sitting in UK. Do you see any Jain monks there? Is it possible for you to come down to India every week and meet them? So these five have the complication of availability. Their availability is subject to the time, the place which you have. But you know what? Is one thing. It is universally available for everybody. I may not get to do the darshan of a Muniraj today, but still, the Kevali Pandatto Dharma is accessible to me right now. I can contemplate, I can think, I can read about it. Sitting in my house or in my office or while I'm driving or traveling, I'm thinking every time this dharma is 24 into 7 available to me. Whether I'm sick, whether I'm healthy, whether I have a very important meeting in place, whether I have holidays, whether day, night, whichever season of the year you say, this is all the time available. Therefore, this becomes the most important thing. Kevali Pannato Dhammo Mangala. Understood? We'll do this again. Let's see. What we are now doing is because it was all about affirmation. So our acharyas thought that okay, we affirm more. So to advertise these five Parmeshtis more, they said because they do not want us to deviate, because there are so many distractions in this world. There is always, almost every year, a new god coming in the market. And every time a new god comes in the market, he's more having more supernatural powers, more charismatic appeal. So, people are very there is a high chance that we all fall to superstition because the problems are so many in our lives. We all have our own struggles. And it's very easy when we are, in a very trembling state. Anybody can come and say that, oh, see, go to that Baba or go to that temple or do that or do this, read this, and you'll be sorted. There is a solution to that person. And no matter how well read we are, how rational we are, how literate we are, when we are in our times of vulnerabilities, we give into such superstitions. So now, what acharyas are saying, they are convincing us that since you have read Namokar mantra and you have now known about five Parmeshtis, I'm going to tell you all that you need in this world is three things. The first is a Mangal. Mangal means what? Mangal means something auspicious. We all see for something good, if you have your exam or if you have your interview today, you would want it to be your lucky day. Yeah. You would do things which are, you might wear your favorite shirt. Yeah. You might think that, okay, your watch, this watch is lucky for you. You might think a lot many things, right? Some people have the tradition of eating dahi and shakkar, small superstitions, right? So these are nothing but a way of tricking our mind that, okay, I have done everything right and everything is going to be great today, right? So Mangal is auspicious thing. So हमारे मुनिराज हमसे कह रहे हैं, Tirthankaras are telling us that you do not fall into any superstition. I'm telling you what is auspicious. If you have an important day today, don't worry. You want the checklist whether you have done everything right. There are four auspicious things which you should do. What is the list of those four auspicious things? The first thing is called, it is being said, Chattari Mangalam, means there are four auspicious things, four benefactors. Chattari Mangalam. Who? The first is Arihanta Mangalam. If you want to think about somebody, think about Arihanta. Siddha Mangalam. If you want to think about somebody, think about Siddha. Sahu Mangalam. If you want to think about something, think about Sadhu. But wait, Are these Arihantas, Siddhas, and Sadhus? While you're thinking about them, you're thinking about some other people? Oh, Arihanta, oh, Mahavir Bhagwan Arihanta, Rishabdev Bhagwan Siddha, Kundkund Acharya Bhagwan Sadhu. Let me think about them. Are you thinking about other people when we are asking you to think about these? So in the fourth category, they're reminding us that, oh, don't think about Arihanta. Think about you being Arihanta. Think about you being Siddha. Think about you being Sadhu. Why? Because that is Kevali Pannatto Dhammo Mangalam, that auspicious dharma as propagated by Kevali Bhagwan. That dharma in itself is so auspicious that it does not need us to look up to something else to make others as auspicious beings. It says that, okay, even I am the first, I am the first auspicious being. And that's what is written in Dhavla. You know, while we're talking about the four Mangals here, the oldest text of Indian Jaina tradition, Shatkhandagama, the commentary of that Shatkhandagama, it is written that, which is the supreme Mangal? It's the self. It's this conscious self. Atma is the first Mangal. The most auspicious thing is what? The self is the most auspicious thing. Those who took shelter of this auspicious being became Arihanta. They became Siddhas. They became Sadhus. Only to them, the great religion of Tirthankaras could bring fruits. So, four benefactors or four auspicious beings are whom? Arihantas, Siddhas, Acharyas, Upadhyayas, Sadhus, all clubbed as Sadhus, and Kevali Bhagwan, Kevali Pannatto. Pannatto means P for Pannatto, P for propagation. So in Sanskrit, we call it Praneep, as told by them. So who told it? Who propagated it? Kevali. Kevali means a state where only Gyan remains. Keval. Keval means only. So a state where only Gyan remains. No rag, no dvesh, no anger, no pride, no desire, only Gyan. So the state of pure consciousness, where only consciousness remains, is called Kevali. A person who has only a state of consciousness, who is not in the state of delusion, who is not in the state of aversions, who does not have any attachment, who does not have any anger, any sort of passions, that person is called Kevali. Keval Gyan. Only Gyan. So it's a state of only Gyan. So when I was in the state of only Gyan, whatever was told by me in that state would be the most trustworthy thing, because I cannot be partial to anybody because I do not have attachments and aversions. No rag, no dvesh, and I am pure consciousness. So I'll not be sharing half-baked knowledge. I have seen it all and I have no reservations. So I'm not speaking against you. Yes, everybody. So therefore, we are saying that, okay, who is trustworthy? A person who is Vitragi and Sarvagya. We will call that person Keval Gyani. See, it's interesting. Let's do this. Again, because this word, I love this word. What is the word? I'll write it over here. Okay. These are Arihantas. Okay, Arihantas. How are we introducing them? We are introducing them as Vitragi. We are introducing them as Vitragi plus Sarvagya. Everybody, this is quite an important bit and amazing also. Okay, what do you mean by Vitragi? What do you mean by Vitragi? Vitragi means they have no rag, no dvesh. Means what? Means what? If there is a teacher who is partial towards the topper of the class, and who dislikes the backbenchers because they create ruckus in the class. Okay? Can this teacher be impartial to everybody while selecting who is going to do the assembly today? You cannot. The other person from the back can accuse this teacher of being partial towards the toppers, towards the bright children. Why? Because this teacher has rag and dvesh. So he can be liking somebody and he can dislike somebody. Let me ask you, if a person, okay, Dashlakshan Parv is going on, we are celebrating the Paryushan Parva. At the same time, in Mumbai, there is Ganpati Utsav is going on. Okay, and people have deity, the Ganpati, in their place. They've invited Ganpati to their place and they do the arti every evening. Correct? And they are so full of emotions. They're filled with tears because after a year the Ganpati Bappa has come to their houses and they are doing all the decorations. They've called their neighbors and families and they all are with music, great zeal, great enthusiasm, great devotion. Have made prasadam. They have done everything, and they're doing the arti with all their emotions and purity of thoughts. Okay, and you in your temple are doing bhakti of Vitragi Bhagwan. Okay? With all your emotions, after doing Samayik and Pratikraman in your temple, you're doing the bhakti of Mahavir Bhagwan. Okay? Two people, two different locations. You're doing it in Mandir, they're doing it in their house. You're doing it in front of Vitragi Bhagwan, they're doing it in front of Ganpati. Okay, everybody? I'm asking you, they both, who amongst these two will have Punya Karma, the Punya Bandh?
Both of them.
Both of them? Are you saying if I do Ganpati's Aarti, I will still be attracting the Punya Karma?
Yes.
Sure. So next year, should I invite Ganpati to my place?
Not to say that, but I think this was to your uh, previous time when you had explained or so, like that person is also doing it with his purity of uh, thought to his own deity or so, and he'll be attracting punya karma, and you are doing it, you'll be attracting punya karma as well.
So that is the beauty of what we are calling Vitragi. Arihant Bhagwan, because he does not have any rag or dvesh, so he is not against anybody. So he is not saying that if you are going to church, I am going to punish you. And if you're going to a mosque, I am going to definitely punish you. If you're going to a Hindu temple, you're in danger. And if you're going to me, you're going to come to me. Congratulations. It's going to be a great life which I'm going to make for you. Vitragi Bhagwan cannot be upset with you. So he is not making rules based on Rag and Dvesh. So in nowhere in Jain text you will see that, okay, if you go to that Bhagwan, you will bear the consequences. No, we are not saying this. If you have purity of thoughts and devotion, then wherever you are, you're going to attract the Punya Karma. If you have the wrong intentions, wrong emotions, wherever you are, you're going to attract the pap karmas because it does not depend on the external situation. It depends on the internal thought. Bhav makes the bhava. The clarity and purity of thoughts will result in good or bad. Correct, correct, correct. So, Vitragi word is very strong. None of the deity, none of the person, Bhagwan has not propagated anything which is by because he had something in mind for other religions. So he said, no, no, those religions are bad. You should not go to that religion. What he said is, your belief, your knowledge, your conduct is so precious, so divine. You entertain great caution while framing your belief, your knowledge, and your conduct. So if you think a Bhagwan can do something to you, then you are not believing in karma. You're believing in somebody's mercy. You're looted of your belief. So though you will attract all the good karmas for your positive bhakti, of your positive emotions, but your disbelief will attract you a lot many dangers as well, because you relied for your own good being, you relied on somebody else. That itself is a great pitfall. So you think that your God will give you some ashirvad, or if you do not go to your God, he'll give you some shrap. You are in great danger because of your ill belief. Correct? So there is why we are saying Vitragi. Bhagwan is not saying anything while he is having any reservations for others. So because he is Vitragi, his words become trustworthy. Everybody, if he is Vitragi, he is impartial. I can trust him. He is not being partial to anybody. He is not going to help us because we are born to Jain families, and he is not going to be against those who are converting, who are not Jain by birth and now converting. Maybe he is indifferent to everybody. So Vitragi makes him honest, and Sarvagya makes his knowledge trustworthy. Correct? Correct? So these two words become a bit heavy. That, how do we call Arihanta? Vitragi and Sarvagya. So we give him one name. When you say Vitragi, means he's not doing any ragdvesh. So when I'm saying he's not doing any ragdvesh, then what is he doing? He is only knowing, right? Correct? So Sarvagya makes Gyan, and Vitragi means only Gyan, Keval Gyan. Understood? Because he is not doing anything, we are calling it Keval. But he is knowing, we are calling it Gyan. So Keval Gyan in itself includes both these annotations. You say Vitrag Sarvagya or you say Keval Gyani. It's the same thing. By Keval, you means no other emotion. So he's completely indifferent to everything, to all realities of life. He's indifferent. He's submerged within himself. So he is Vitragi means he's only knowing. Okay, so Kevali means a person who is Vitragi and who only knows. Correct? Understood this derivation? Why we are calling Arihantas as Keval Gyani? Because they're Vitragi, so they only know, they do not do anything else. Do they get angry with us when we commit sins? He doesn't care. You have committed sins. Why would they be worried? Huh? Do they like pat on our backs when we do something good? You should be happy about it. You did something good. Why should they be happy about it? So they do not care. They are so happy, contented within themselves. So we are calling them Keval Gyani. Okay? So that is what is written in the fourth auspicious thing is the word is Kevali. Kevali. Kevali means a person who only knows. Keval Gyan, only Gyan, who knows and knows completely. Kevali Pandatto means who propagated, Praneet, who has told us. So the path, the Dhammo is the path, Dhammo is Dharma. So the path or the Dharma, Pandatto told by Kevali Vitaragi Sarvagya Bhagwan is Mangal, is auspicious thing. Four things are auspicious. Arihantas are auspicious, Siddhas are auspicious, Sadhus are auspicious, and the religion told by the Kevali Bhagwan or the Arihantas is auspicious. Understood? Correct? It's simple. There are four benefactors in the world. The Arihant is a benefactor, the Siddha is a benefactor. Benefactor means auspicious thing. The Sadhu, that is the Acharya Upadhyaya and Sadhu, is the benefactor, and the religion of non-attachment preached by omniscient being is benefactor. Okay, preached by omniscient being is Keval Gyani Bhagwan is a benefactor. Why and what are we doing with these four Mangals? We are quickly uh, just reaffirming that okay, we want to be these five beings, and therefore we are now calling these them as Arihanta, as Mangal, Uttam, and Sharan. So, what are these four Mangals, Uttams, and Sharan? We'll be starting with this in the next class. Any questions if anybody has? Otherwise, we'll close the
Just
session
very,
for today.
very
Yes.
briefly. Sorry, I couldn't make last week, but that book you're showing, what is it? So I'll just obtain its good English version translation.
Which one? Sorry, what
The
exactly
one you
is it?
just, what you're sharing on the screen just now?
Yeah, this was SO Punch Namoyaro. Is this? This is what we are starting today itself. We did not discuss it in the last session.
I don't mean that. I mean, where are you? Have you got a copy of this book?
Yes,
What you're
yes, there is
showing?
a
Yes,
link
I'll
with
share this book. I'll share this book.
Great, thank you.
Right. Okay. Okay. Sure. So let's close the day for today. I'll share the notes of Namokar Mantra and this along with this book right away. So have a look. Just a simple pointers I have. If you have any questions, think about these things. The important thing that we could reflect on is this: these five Parmeshtis are not five different beings. It's the very self we are talking about. And while doing Namokar Mantra, it's our own journey that we are trying to visualize, and that becomes the blueprint for our own spiritual upliftment. Yes, Paraspai?
Yeah, no, Anubhavji, thank you for today's class. I think I remembered from last class you had given a topic which was to, contemplate or think on mantra, yantra, and tantra. We didn't get a chance to
Yes.
touch upon that in today's class.
Yeah, yeah. First, we'll do this Chatari Bangal and then we'll have that discussion. I also have to do the discussion on the secret, on the law of attachment
Yeah,
then. So we'll do it
okay.
in the next section. Okay? Chalo, let's do Jinmani Stuti quickly. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए चिन्ह वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है उसके लिए चिन्ह वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है 9 times नमोकार मंत्र शासना तीर्थंकर भगवान महावीर स्वामी की जय हो अहिंसा में जैन